right?
Why would that fade out?
All right. You don't see them fading out. You see them remaining strong.
Well, they seem, Bachman in particular seems to have lapped Sarah, and it is, there's this Republican pundit named Kellyanne Fitzpatrick who says one of the keys to their success is they have homecoming queen looks, and why should that not apply for women any more than when people screamed at Jack Kennedy, "You're better than Elvis."
Mm-hmm. Oh, he had style. See, and he made no secret of his elite education and background. These people are doing just the opposite. They're turning being articulate, educated, sophisticated veneer into something quite negative.
Absolutely, it's completely different.
Hasn't that been going on for forever?
No, but Kennedy broke it. Kennedy, people like Kennedy because he was wealthy and well-educated. He had style. He had style.
He had to overcome. I'm Irish, but I'm not shanty Irish. I'm really more British. Mm-hmm. And just as Obama had to say, I'm black, but I'm really not black. Mm-hmm. I was president of the Harvard Law Review. But I think other folks just being I'm just regular shucks folks. I mean that's a big appeal.
So what about the withdrawal from Afghanistan? Do you see that as being a good thing?
I hope it actually fully happens.
Yeah. Well, I think that if they paid a scrap of attention to what had happened in Canada, he never would have done this. When he talked about moving from Iraq to Afghanistan, I mean, we had already had this disaster in Afghanistan. Every single week, more soldiers dying in Afghanistan for what?
Yeah, and it's been unrecognized. People don't recognize the Canadian losses. There were heavy losses compared to population.
Absolutely.
If this were in this country, people would be screaming.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
And Canadians are not in favor.
Yeah, the peacekeeping.
And that's why the Conservatives are getting out, because Canadians didn't like Afghanistan. We didn't. Not just people like me, but...
And the future of the Republic hovers on the precipice. And we'll sign off now from Washington, D.C. Would you like to say anything?
Yeah, I was sitting at the swimming pool with my grandchildren watching them swim, and the other mother sitting there with her 4 or 5-year-old whose father was killed in Afghanistan 2 or 3 years ago. And I mean, it's just appalling, and there was no reason for it. And then the Americans go blundering in. Obama, my hero Obama, screwing around there, and it was very upsetting. That's what I'd like
Professor
to say.
Ribuffo, do you want to have a last word?
Well, I would like to ask Roberta, was she really an Obama maniac? Were you one of that group?
I was. I read Dreams of My Father, and I thought, this guy really does understand that the world is not just the United States of America. He really does realize that, and that's really important. And even if everyone will try and make him forget it, somehow he can't forget it, because it's too deep in the bone, but bred in the bone. I'm not sure.
Professor Doenecke, do you want to add anything?
I gotta think. Sometimes you just think,
Hang in there.
Don't talk a lot.
Hang in there.
Hang in. That's my advice to young historians, and my advice to you.
Okay, we'll do that. We're in Washington, D.C. The world is coming to a real screech.
And you can quote me on that.
Okay, and that's it, folks.